Good afternoon, YTPC. Pipe Companion here. I'm delighted to be coming to you from my porch again. I haven't been able to do a video from my porch for, well, quite a while. It's been early winter or late fall. So I invite you to sit in my grandmother's rocker here and sit back and enjoy a beautiful afternoon here in North Carolina. It's again a pleasure for me to get out here with the birds. I've got my bird feeders up again, and we've had quite a bit of rain here in the last couple of days, but it has cleared off, thankfully. And so I decided to come out and just for a few minutes to let you folks know that I am still alive. Whether that's good or not, I guess depends on your perspective of things, but I wanted to come out and do a video. I wanted to thank those subscribers who have stuck with me. I know it's been over a month since I've done a video, and I am, as some of you know, going through a particularly trying time in my life, and that has gotten in the way of my doing videos, but I do appreciate those who have stuck by me. In fact, I just got word that St. David's Pipes mentioned me in one of his videos, and thank you so much for doing that. He's doing a very interesting series on the history of pipe smoking. So thank you for mentioning me. And for those, those of you out there who have checked in on me to see if I was still here, I appreciate you doing that. It means more than you can realize to get that sort of reaffirmation, to have someone check on you to see if you're still here when you're living in something probably akin to solitary confinement in a prison. To have a visitor, even a virtual one, or through a text message or something is very, very deeply meaningful to me. This afternoon I'm smoking my Savinelli 320 Domaliti pipe, one of my go-tos. Those of you who follow my channel know that I'm a 320 guy. So I'm smoking that again today, and in it I am smoking Mylon Tobacconist blend called Reflections, which is very good. I get several of their blends. They come from Roanoke, Virginia. Those of you who have had an opportunity to taste some of their blends know just how very good they are. And this has become one of my favorites over a fairly good amount of time. So I hope you've had good time since I last spoke to you, and that everything is okay with the family, with all those endeavors that you are involved in. Thank you for joining me today on the porch. And I don't have a lot to say, but again, I wanted to take advantage of this. I wouldn't say it's really warm out here, and that's probably not exactly right, but it is certainly better than it has been, and any opportunity I could get to be back on the porch again was something I wasn't going to miss out on. expecting it to cool down some next week. We're in that sort of a roller coaster time in where I live. I'm not sure how it is where you are, but what typically happens at this time of year is we'll get a stretch of fairly warm days, and people will start getting out prematurely and doing all kinds of planning and stuff, and all of a sudden then we'll hit a cold snap, and they ended up wasting money on plants that aren't going to make it. So another thing I'm hoping to be able to do is to get out and work in my yard. But I've lived around here long enough to know not to get too anxious about that, because it's very easy to get fooled by Mother Nature, and you think that you're beyond winter, and all of a sudden it sort of reaches out and grabs you. But I am looking forward to getting out, hopefully fairly soon. We'll see. And do some yard work. It's something that is a release. Again, if you feel like you're kind of in solitary confinement like I do, any chance to get out of your cell is something that's welcomed. And so I'm looking forward to getting out, and I'm not looking forward to the mowing and the weeding. I'm not crazy about that, but working in the garden, doing that sort of thing, I get a lot of pleasure out of that. Just beyond where I'm sitting out there is the garden area that my mother was really the one who sort of set that up. I live in the house that I grew up in, and my mother and father eventually had to move out of here because my father had a series of strokes, and the way this house is set up is just not amenable to someone who has the kind of physical mobility challenges that my dad did. And so they moved into what was originally my grandma and grandpa's house, Papa, as you may have heard me mention him in an earlier video, his house, and we at that point I was married with kids. We moved into this house, and so I have not been very good about keeping Mom's garden up. She passed in 2009 with cancer, and then I lost Dad back in 2016 to the strokes, and the neurological problems eventually got to him, and then we lost him in 2016. So I guess I don't know, you get in the sort of situation that I'm in, and you don't have a lot of desire to do anything, and that has caused the garden area to be really in disrepair. So I'm wanting to get out and do it justice, to do my mom justice. My mom and I would very often sit on this porch exactly where I'm sitting now, and we would talk and drink coffee, and which is something else I have. I have my 8 o'clock coffee. Another important part of my ritual of pipe smoking is to have my 8 o'clock coffee. But anyway, my mom and I used to spend a great deal of time talking, and typically we would work in the garden area for a while, and then we would come back up on the porch here and drink some coffee and just kind of talk about life. So this area here has a lot of memories for me, and then I put my grandmother's chair out here, rocking chair out here, to make it even more a place that is a sort of haven for my soul. And then I started doing videos for the YTPC and invited you folks to join me. out here on the porch, and it really is not something I just say, it's something I really mean. And that when I do these videos, I do think of doing them in a manner where I'm sitting and really just talking to you, just giving a chance for you to come and sit on my porch virtually and just enjoy the afternoon. Not one of those presenters. There are a number of them on the YTPC who are experts with pipes and tobaccos and that sort of thing, and unfortunately I don't have that really to offer you. It's mainly just companionship that I offer you and that I treasure coming back the other way. This Mylon blend, if you've never tried Mylon blends, I really highly recommend them. They're extraordinarily good, and they have different types depending on what your thing is. And in fact, yesterday or the day before, I think it was, I was smoking something called Joe's Blend, which I think they used to have at their shop originally. And excuse me, I guess whoever Joe was, or whoever the person that ran Mylon Tobaccos, used to sometimes pass out samples of it, and it is an approximation of that blend. I think some of the original ingredients you can no longer get, and so they've gotten as close as they can, but it's pretty good too. So shout out to Mylon, and they're really nice people. I had the honor of actually going up there to the store and meeting the people who run it, and they are very, very nice people. Definitely know what they're doing. You know, one of the things that when you've been shut up in the cell, in the house, for as long as I have, you don't realize until you get back out on the porch all the sounds that you have missed. And as I've sat out here this afternoon, I've been struck by just the different sounds that I enjoy when I'm able to get out here, and just how silent the world is when you're inside. How good it is to be able to experience the different forms of nature, no matter where you live. Whether you live in a rural setting as I do, or even in a big city, I think, you know, if you're able to sort of tune into the frequency of nature wherever you happen to be, then you really do miss it when you're not able to be out and enjoy it. Well, I'm at about 15 minutes, what I was hoping to do. I'm not going to rattle on any longer. I'm not nearly that interesting. Again, I do apologize for there being such a gap in between my videos. Thank you for your patience, for your loyalty, particularly you folks who subscribe to the channel. But even if you don't, if you happen by on this early March afternoon, you are always welcome, whether you subscribe or not. I'm not one of those who gets real centered on the number of subscribers I have. I consider it an honor and a pleasure to be able to be, in some respects, connected with the YTPC. So I wish you all well. Please stay safe. Please value family. Please value the people in your life. You never know when they will no longer be around. You never know what twists and turns life is going to take, so I would urge you to really cling to those people. Really value that. And I hopefully will see you soon, back out on this porch, back in my grandmother's rocker again. And until I do, I wish you the best, and thanks for the company. Bye-bye.